Hello, I'm here to introduce you guys to an artist named Paul Klee. Paul Klee was born in Switzerland in 1879. He loved teaching and all kinds of art, music, writing, and painting, and even more. He actually grew up in a musical family before he grew up and decided he wanted to do more painting and artwork. His art is filled with bright colors, and some of it is abstract, which means it doesn't look like what it does in real life. It's full of shapes and colors instead. He also loved cats, and he painted and had many cats. Soon, he and his artist friends decided that they didn't want to just make their paintings look like photographs or copies of the real world. They wanted to use colors and shapes to give people feeling and emotions by being abstract. Paul Klee specifically used chalk, paint, and even crayons to make bright, glowing colors and give his paintings a sense of feeling. Paul Klee made paintings for his entire life. When he died in 1940, when he was 60 years old, he left behind at least 8,926 artworks.
Hi friends, so today, as you guys have already seen, we are going to make a Paul Klee study today. Okay, so we are making Castle and Sun by Paul Klee. We are going to imitate his art. Okay, for that, let's see what are the supplies that we need. We need paper. We are using half the paper. We need crayons. We need watercolor because we are using watercolor. We need water to paint with, and we need a ruler, a pencil, and an eraser in case you need that. And I have a what is this called? A whiteboard. You can use yours if you have one, or you can use a scrap paper. So Paul Klee, as you heard, the first part of the video was done by my daughter. Okay, so as Paul Klee, you heard that he was a great artist who lived in who was born in Switzerland, and he had made several pieces of art, and the basic themes in his art was nature and the man-made world of buildings and machines. Okay, he used simple. His art will look so simple in appearance, but actually they had a complicated inner meaning to it. Okay, and the paintings are usually very colorful. So let's see how we are going to, let's see how we can recreate the Castle and Sun by Paul Klee today. Okay, he used simple lines and shapes and colors to create the castle and the sun. First, what we are going to do is, do you guys know how to make a grid? It is very simple. If you don't know, you don't have to worry. I'll show you how to make a grid. So all you need is ruler. Okay, so let's make the grid on the paper, and then I'll show the rest on the whiteboard. Okay, so we are going to use a pencil to make the grid. We are going to make a grid, like a 1-inch grid. So you're using the inch side of the ruler. You're going to match this like that, and then leave a little bit of space here. So at 1 inch, you're going to make a line 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, you make a line with that. So in case you would be wondering what to do if you don't have a ruler, let me show you what to do. All of you have this, right? So you're going to open this, and can you see the colors, right? So what I did was, in between the colors, in between these two, right in the middle, I drew a line here. Right in between these, I drew another line here. So actually when you measure this, this is actually 1 inch. Exactly 1 inch. Can you see? So without the ruler also, you can make the grid. Let me put this back in here. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this, match this end with the end of the paper, and here this line, I'm going to draw another line here along that line, another line. So we have these lines done. All that needs to be done now is to draw the lines. So you can use a ruler itself to draw the lines, or you can use a your watercolor thing. Okay, I'm using the ruler so you guys can see well. So I'm putting the ruler like this, trying to make straight lines. This doesn't try to make straight lines. Even if you're using this also, you can get straight lines. If it's a little bit crooked also, it doesn't matter that much. We are not you know, who plans buildings. An architect is a person who plans how to build a building. So if an architect's lines get crooked or the line measurements are not right, then there is a big problem, right? The building would not be in the right dimension, and then it may the construction would be a failure. But this is not going to be a construction, so you don't have to worry that much. So now I'm making these lines along this. I'm drawing light lines. I didn't tell that I hope you guys can see the lines. It should be just enough to see, because after we are done drawing the building, the castle, we'll be erasing the leftover lines that we don't want. Okay, so that's the reason we are going to draw this lightly. So I'm going to put this aside right now, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a grid on this whiteboard so you can see how this is done. I'm not using a ruler here. Okay, so we have the grid. Now, if you look at this picture of Paul Klee, the Castle and the Sun by him, let me also take up the picture. Castle and Sun. What are you seeing, my friends? You see, what are the shapes that he have used? He have used simple shapes to make this, right? So you would be saying rectangles. I can see rectangles. What shape? What else you can see? You can see triangles, equilateral triangles, isosceles, right? Triangles, right? Then what else you can see? I don't know. I don't remember. I studied a long time back and I've forgotten all my triangles. Okay, so you would be knowing what these triangles are better than me. So we have triangles, we have rectangles. I see some squares there. What are the shapes that you can see? I see some semicircle, half a circle, and then there is I can also see some diamond shape, that is like two triangles put one triangle put on top of another triangle. So he has used some symbol shape to make the castle, right? So, and there is a big circle also there, that is supposed to be the sun. So let's draw this castle. And is the castle usually people, when they draw the castle, it is symmetrical. That is, symmetry means there is the towers on either side of the castle are the same. Like if there is one short tower on left side, there will be one short tower on the right side, and it will be the same. Left and right would look the same. But here, there is no symmetry. If you want to draw a symmetrical castle, you can do that. But Paul Klee, his castle is not symmetrical. Okay, so that is what I see here. And he has just used those simple shapes to make the castle. So we are going to stick to those simple shapes like triangles, rectangles, square. So now you know the reason why we made this grid, right? So I'm going to take my this one. So inside the grid, I'm going to first draw the shape of the castle, how it is going to look finally, and then inside these grids I'm going to put different shapes. Okay, so first, finally my castle is going to, I'm just imitating the artist over here. There is not much space for me, so I'm just, that will be the final shape of the castle. Okay, and I will put, and this part I'm going to erase off. Okay, inside this is where I'm going to put the different shapes. So here I'm going to put this sun. Okay, so the sun part is already taken care of. And now what we need to do is we need to draw the castle part. So inside all this, maybe you can divide this thing into another line. Maybe you can put multiple rectangles in here, or just one. It's how it's up to you how you divide this lines. Okay, this I'm going to leave it like just like that. Here I'm going to draw a line and then put triangles in here. I'm just looking at how Paul Klee has done. If you want, you can, what you can do is, you don't first you see what I'm doing, and then you can go back to the beginning where I show the castle and sun picture, and then you can look at that and put the triangles and the squares wherever you want. Looking at that picture, you can get ideas from Paul Klee, and then you can come up with your own castle. Okay, so once we have the grid, it is easy to make the shapes, right? Can you see how easy it is? Maybe I'll make some squares here. Okay, so this is how I'm going to draw this. So I have an idea how this is to be done. So if you want to try it a few times, you can go ahead, do that. And then when you're happy the way when you think you are ready to draw on the paper, you go get the paper. So when you get the paper, what we're going to do is, should we place it this way today? If we place it this way, the castle won't be tall. Maybe we'll place it this way, but the castle won't be too wide, but it will be little like this. That's okay. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take my permanent marker. I'm using the permanent marker, you guys, so that you guys can see well. Actually, it is a better idea to draw everything with a pencil, because after we are done drawing everything with the pencil, we need to go over the lines with a white crayon. Okay, so if you do with the black marker, the white crayon is not going to show that well. Or maybe I'll do with the pencil. Can you guys see when I do with the pencil? I think you can see. but it won't be that clear. But you know how this is being done, right? So first we are going to make the shape, the final shape of the castle. So I'm just outlining the part that I want to keep. Okay, then I'm going to erase off the part that we are not going to keep. Okay, so you also do the same thing. Keep the part that we are keeping, erase off the lines that we don't want. So the castle shape is done. Now what we need to do is you need to draw the, I'm going to make this a little bit more, I'm going to erase a little bit further. You guys are going to draw the moon. So the moon is a little big. You can draw freehand, I guess. It's a, what shape is this? It is a circular shaped moon. And now within these lines, we are going to make, within the grid, we are going to make the castle. We are going to put triangles, rectangles, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a yellow crayon and draw the line, so that way you guys will be able to see, because I don't want to do this with a pencil and then erase that. Okay, so I'm going to do with this. You guys are going to take the white crayon and outline this. When you use white crayon, you'll be able to see. I'm using the yellow crayon, so it will be better for you guys to see. Okay, so that's what we are going to do. I'm going to start drawing the rectangles and triangles to make this. If there is any line that you don't want, maybe you can erase it off right now. So I'm going over the shape that we created for the castle also with the crayon. Maybe I'll erase, I'll be able to still see the lines, and then I'll go over that. You guys need to press down your crayon so that it shows through well when you are coloring over that. Okay. So make triangles, rectangles, and diamonds, and fill this up. Mine, I don't know how mine is going to look. I'm sure mine would look a little bit weird with the yellow outline, but we can't do anything. If you guys have to see, then that's the only way. So just think it this way, maybe 4 rectangles, then 3 triangles, and then 5. So keep a number of how many you're going to put after each of the thing you're going to make the next one. Okay. What I see is he has a lot of rectangles and triangles. Once you think you have enough of the shapes, you can go over the lines, and then the rest of the lines also you can go over the lines and turn those into the grids into squares. Okay, so this is what I got right now. Now what I need to do next is I need to color all these shapes. So coloring this shape, what we're going to do is we are going to use the crayon itself to color inside the shapes. So you can use all the colors in this. Okay, even black can be used, so black and brown and all those colors can be used. So I'm going to start coloring. You guys can start coloring, and we can just color. Oh, maybe I'll start with the moon. So I'm going to color with the some part. It's going to be really dark with the dark orange, and then the rest I'm going to put yellow. So if you remember Paul Klee, he has used colors in such a way that it glows. Okay, so we need to make things look nice and shiny, and especially if it is a sun, it should be shiny, right? So you need to keep that in mind. And the castle also try to make it nice and bright. So what I usually do is once I pick a color, I use the same color to color in all the areas I want that same color. Okay, so I'm going to take this, and then I'm going to decide where all I'm going to put orange, and then I'm going to put orange in all those areas, and then once I'm done with orange, I will put it and then take the next color. So this is the fastest way. Otherwise you'll be like taking each section, you will lose time putting colors back and choosing color. This way you are not losing time. So I'm just going to maybe, how many places? 1, 2, 3, maybe 6 sections I'm going to color with one color, and then I will put it back, and then I will color with the next color in 6 sections. Maybe that's how we'll do it. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So first make the lines and then color in. Okay, 5, 6. Try to color in nicely, leaving no white areas. Okay, so I'm done with this one. I'm going to take the next color. Maybe I'll take yellow this time, and then I'm going to put yellow wherever I want. After that only I'm going to put the yellow away. So 6 spaces again. One, two, three. I'm done with 3 areas. 4, 5, 6. This takes a little bit more time than the regular painting because it is you're coloring in sections, right? And we're using a lot of colors. If you're just coloring with one color, a bigger area will be done in no time. So I'm done in 6 areas with yellow. Maybe red. I can take red next, right? the darker the colors, it's easier to color because the pigment is dark and then you don't have to push that much. The lighter ones needs a lot of pushing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, now let's take the next one. One, two, three. 4, 5. 6. Now I'm going to take the next one. This is a purple red. So his the castle and the sun is more of a red, the warm color tone, and then there is, of course, there is blue and green and brown and black, but they are not that much, but more of it is the warm colors. So that's why I'm putting a little bit more of warm colors. The reason you will know, once we are done coloring, what we'll be doing is we'll be painting this whole thing with red. So that may be the reason why it is more of a reddish tone. Okay. Okay, 1, 2, 3. 4. 5. 6. Now I'm going to take the blue. This is blue green, right? So I'm having blue green now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more place. 6. Now let's take the next color, which is So when we are doing this, you will notice what colors look good next to each other. Colors that go well together. Okay, green. Stay inside the lines. Red and green are opposite colors. They are going to look good together, right? Then where else should I put green here? Oh, there was green here. Maybe I'll just put green half of this, and then I'll put another color. Okay, so I'm going to take the light green now. There is a few more sections to complete before we start painting. This could have been like faster if we were using, maybe that's pink. Let's use pink also. If it was an oil pastel or something, coloring would have been faster, right? But crayon, we need to push harder for the crayon to show really nice, so that takes time. We would have used a different medium if you guys were at school, but this is how we can work on this at home, so don't be upset. Keep working and still we'll be able to do justice to this painting. Okay? I'll put black in the rest of the area. All this black is together. Oh, that's okay. I didn't plan really well. I should have planned better. Okay, this, I think I need to put a little bit more of blue. So now you're going to check whether you need color in any of these areas, and then if it's needed, just go and fill that up, okay? Now, what I'm going to do next is, I'm going to take my watercolor, and then I'm going to take two colors today. I'm going to start with red. So I'm going to put 3 drops in red and 3 drops in black. So which is the lighter color? We'll start with the lighter color. The lighter color, lighter color is red. So we're going to start with red. I'm going to paint the sky. You can even go over the sun to make it look nice and red. Okay, so once you're done with that, what we are going to do next is we are going to go over the entire castle to show that the sun is shining on it with red. So if you're running out of paint, you need to take a dip in the paint. Maybe he's trying to show that it's a very warm day. So what happens is when you do this, in places where we had missed coloring, the watercolor will get inside that and then it will give a nice red glow. So if the water is like sitting like this on top, you can spread it around, okay? Because water won't be absorbing that well in areas where there is the crayon, because the crayon is made with wax, right? Wax and water doesn't mix. It will only be going into those areas where there is no crayons. So what you can do is you can just push that water sitting on top to areas that needs it, okay? But when you're painting, are you holding check whether you're holding your brush the right way, and see that you are not spoiling the bristle part. Hope you're not scrubbing with the brush, you are painting. Are you guys painting or scrubbing? Hopefully you are painting. That's what I want you guys to be doing. So it's actually like a brownish red. So we have put red. Let me try brown, because I didn't do this project before, so I'm not sure. Maybe let's try brown before putting black, okay? Maybe black will be too harsh. So on the top, yeah, I think brown is better. So he would have used these two colors together because the sky is, maybe it's, or he wanted to show how warm it is, right? I don't know the story behind this or the reason, what he had in mind when he was painting this. So, and then finally the rest of the area we are just leaving it like that. We're not going over it again, just taking a lightly black, or lightly, very lightly, and then just going to the edge. Sometimes when you put a darker color around something, it will look really shiny. So maybe that was the idea. And then we are done. So we need to wait for this to dry. It's going to take some time to dry because it is watercolor, right? So wait for this to dry, and then when you're done, you will take a picture of this and then email me in the email ID I'll put in the end, okay? I also want you to clean your brush really well. So see how I'm cleaning? I'm just sweeping the floor of the container, okay? I'm not doing this, I'm just sweeping, then wipe, it's clean, and then you'll put it here, and then if there is paint splattered outside, you can take a paper towel and wipe it clean, and then we'll wait for this to dry before you close this, okay? Because we don't want to get this moldy. So hope you liked doing this project with me. Hope you had some fun doing the castle and sun in the style of Paul Klee. So till we meet next week, bye-bye.